Welcome back to my channel. You might hear a piano in the background because my downstairs neighbor is literally a concert pianist. How lucky am I? Free concertos.
Iridocyclitis.
These are the fragrances in my collection that currently have the biggest dents. I don't always put big dents in like my favorite fragrances. Sometimes I do. Two of these for sure that is the case. But sometimes I actually put dents in perfumes that I kind of want to use up, not in a bad way, but just I like to move through my perfumes. And every once in a while, I will go into my collection and grab a perfume that I have not given any love to in a long time, and I will put it on my tray and I'll just wear it for a few weeks. And I end up kind of putting some big dents into things so that way I can make sure that I'm moving through my collection. Starting with two proper favorites, I have Kayali Yum Bougie Marshmallow and Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. As you can see, they both have quite the dents going. They're both like, I would say maybe 1/3 to, the Yum Pistachio Gelato is about half empty. These are definitely two favorites from Kayali that I just reach for all the time. I love both of these. Yum Pistachio Gelato to me is actually quite realistic. I remember when I first got it and I did my review for it, I literally had a jar of Talenti Pistachio Gelato and I ate some and I compared it to the scent of Yum Pistachio Gelato. And I actually think they did a really good job of translating the sensation of eating ice cream, the feeling of the coldness, into this really intricate, complex fragrance. One of the reasons why I love YPG so much is because I feel like every time I wear it, I discover something new. For Yum Bougie, it's funny, when this first came out, I was a little critical of it, feeling like it was like a safe release, if that makes sense. Like it felt like it was very targeted towards the Kayali fan base and not so much the demographic at large. And you know what? I have to say, I think I have egg on my face for that critique because it's very clear from the popularity of the Yum Bougie Marshmallow DNA that this was a rock star release from Kayali. Everyone loved it. Everyone wanted to smell like it. Everyone wanted to copy it. I kind of take the critique back that I think it was kind of a safe release. Now, having amassed the marshmallow perfume collection that I have of so many marshmallow fragrances, it really does feel like it innovated something with the marshmallow perfumes because only after it came out was like strawberry marshmallow a popular thing. Next is Angel 444, Listen to Your Heart. This is one of those true fragrance TJ Maxx releases, and let me show you the dent. It's pretty good going. This is like a bedtime perfume for me, so it is something that I will reach for when I come out of the shower and I just want to smell good. It feels very cotton candy, kind of slightly floral-esque. It reminds me of something that would fit into Ariana Grande's perfume line. Next we have Finery Without a Trace. As you can see, that little dent is going. This was one of my go-to work fragrances when I needed to go into the office because I think it's just so perfectly musky, clean, inoffensive, unobtrusive. Like it's just kind of the perfect go-to scent when you want to smell good, but you don't want anyone to feel like you're overbearing with your scent. I also took this with me to Japan because I knew that Japan has a very interesting scent culture. I have a lot of thoughts on the scent culture in Japan. That's for another time, but I know that perfume, like very strong perfumes, are not a big thing over there, so I wanted to still bring something that I could wear, but not intrude into anyone else's space. The next one is a body mist. This is Vanilla Sky from Skylar. I'm really trying to work my way through this body mist because I also have the eau de parfum and I just obviously prefer the perfume. This has notes of cappuccino, vanilla, and caramelized cedar, and this is actually one of my favorite coffee fragrances. Not a huge fan of like super realistic coffee scents because I also just don't drink coffee in real life. Does that make me weird? This feels like a caramel frappuccino. It's just so nicely done with the coffee not being overpowering. Next is my travel size of Valentino Voce Viva. This is one that I will be full sizing because it has sentimental value. I brought my Valentino Voce Viva with me to Greece on my honeymoon, and I didn't really bring anything else that I can remember, so I was wearing this just about every day while I was there, and I didn't realize at the time that I was like cementing a scent memory, but I wore it many months later, and my husband stopped and he was like, "You wore that on our honeymoon." And I was like, oh my God, wait, okay, this is very cute. So this is a perfume that I just feel like I will always have in my collection for that sentimental reason. Almost the entirety of this dent was put into this perfume in Greece. Next, we have Vanilla Skin by Fleur. This is my travel size. I do have a full size as well. Vanilla Skin is just such a good, comforting, kind of spiced vanilla scent. This is another perfume that I tend to take with me while I'm traveling. So anytime I go to visit my parents, go anywhere, I usually throw this in my bag. That's really where the dent comes from. I'm not someone who uses my travel sizes very regularly, so they almost always get some use when I'm actually traveling. So that's why I don't go through it faster. The thing that I hate about opaque bottles is you cannot see how much juice is left inside. If I were to measure the inside of my eclair, I feel like the juice would be about down to here. This is one of my favorite Lattafa fragrances, one of my favorite vanillas. It is, in my opinion, a very, 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 very spot on dupe of Bianco Latte. You can agree to disagree, but I love it. So I find myself spraying this fragrance a lot, especially for layering combinations. I don't know, I think it plays really well with others, even though it is kind of a strong, intense caramel vanilla. When you have a collection as big as mine, I'm over 600 bottles and new fragrances coming in daily, weekly, monthly, it's really hard to build up a dent. That can sound like an excuse, but sometimes I forget about all of the existing fragrances I have because I'm testing out new ones for reviews and for content and stuff. I don't love that. I don't love the fact that that happens because I obviously have so many fragrances that I want to be able to get to and I want to be able to enjoy and obviously remember that they're there so I can talk about them more. So I am being a little more conscientious this year about making sure that I do revisit those older fragrances. Before I go, I wanted to ask a question to you, my dear discerning viewer. I'm planning out my content as we speak and I'm really trying to hit that weekly upload. I have a ton of ideas obviously swirling around in my head, but it is really important to me to get your guys's opinion. It is really important to me to get the opinion of the masses if there is something that you want to see from me, and I understand I'm still putting my toes into the waters of long form content, so lots more to learn, lots more to get better at, but I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the content that helps you the most. If there's something that you want to see from me, please let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like this video, subscribe so that I can afford some more toys and treats for the 2 furry freeloaders that live in my house. Thank you so much for watching, for spending your time with me, and I will see you in the next video.